having a Q&A after each. That's what I feel.
And your awards and your personal information and final declaration. I think this is pretty much enough. This simple format is enough. You can download the formats and you can look into that and prepare your own format on resume. That is good.
Gagan, I just saw your question. Is it like okay to report the weakness on the resume? Never, never, ever think of doing that. Do not put your weakness at all. So this would be a communication where they would ask what are your strengths and weakness. Just give your strengths. And for weakness, so tell that like whatever you're lacking, you just need to put it in a polished way, saying that I'm currently working on to improve that. So, for example, you're not good at Excel, so I'm like working on mastering the Microsoft tools. That's what you could say. Do not straightforward sell that this is my weakness or something like that, and do not mention anything on your resume which says a negative thing on that.
Yeah,
I hope I've answered that.
yeah. I would say for a fresher, it's better not to mention the strength and weakness both in your resume. So when they ask in an interview, it's better to say in front of them rather than putting it in a resume. Because as a fresher, I don't think that is required. And if they ask you to talk something which is not there in your resume, if you put everything in your resume, you will not be having anything to talk about from that, which is not there in your resume. So it's better you keep your strengths up away from your resume. Don't put it over there. And when they ask you to tell about yourself, introduce yourself, or tell something which is not there in your resume. At that point, you can pitch in and tell your strengths. What are the career opportunities are there after MCOM? I know only lecturer. Uh, yeah. So most of the people, am I audible?
Yes,
Okay. Yeah. So most of us, most of the people, including me, um, took MCOM as as an entrance to being a lecturer. So apart from that, also you have many career opportunities. As you know that even me, Hemanth, Jayanth, all of us have completed MCOM, but all all three of us are not lecturers right now. So you have opportunities in finance and accounting fields where they look for the postgraduates for like auditing firms or financial reporting or finance analysts or what else you can see any kind of financial services. They require people who have the knowledge about accounting and finance. So in market you have more opportunities if you are a commerce graduate than being a science graduate. So that's what I have noticed. So you can grab any kind of opportunities which are over there and mastering it.
So talking
Lecturer
about
is not
MCOM,
an yeah.
sorry, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, that's fine. Him that was it. I was just telling lecturer was not the only option.
Um, so, guys, in the interest of time, we are running out of time. So, we will answer to your questions at the last, and we will cover the second session now. We will surely answer to your questions, but at last. Is that fine for you guys? We are moving on to the second session.
Yeah, I just have one interesting question over here, which I would like to ask both of you guys, Jayanth and Hemant. I would like to I would like you guys to pitch in and answer too. So, how come do you guys got to know your interest in particular field like finance or accounting or lecture? How?
Yeah, it totally depends on your interest, right? That is your personal
That's
opinion.
your
So
interest, Ray.
yes, so we can't predict you, right?
Yeah, one thing which I had noticed is that I was not good at finance. I'm something in stores, debit, credit. That's what interested me. That business part or the stock market part. So accounts was my priority from the beginning. So I chose accounts as a major in my final year MCOM as well, and I moved on with that field itself. And all of us, me, Hemanth, and Jayanth, all of us are from accounting backgrounds only. Finance was not an option for us. it,
Okay.
it
I
always
think
depends
Sri
on
has answered the question.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think we have answered almost all the questions which is in the chat box. Mahananda ma'am has one question. Students study many subjects in commerce. Which one company prefers? They don't prefer any of the subjects, ma'am, but to be frank on it, we have to be strong in our basics. I'll be covering in the coming rounds on those questions. So I hope there is no other questions. So we can move for the second session, I hope. Hemanth and Sri, if you want to add any of the points on the first round, you can just add it, or else I can move to the second session.
No, I think we are
No,
pretty much good.
Jayanth.
Good.
Yeah, you can move to second round. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Thank you guys, thank you for the question. So we are in the second session now. So basically what we are explaining regarding the rounds is that personal experience. So we cannot tell them to please rely on the rounds, whatever we are telling. Few companies may be conducting only 2 rounds, or few companies will be conducting more than 5 rounds. It depends on the company wise company. So whatever we are telling now, it's just a personal experience of us. We are making it clear, it's a personal experience of us. So if you go to interview rounds, for an example, there will be round one like written exam. So whichever company you go, you will be written examination. So in this, the questions, whatever they ask are like aptitude questions. You need to be basic. You need to be very strong enough for the basic concept of accounting, finance, and business studies. These type of things. English grammar should be good, and also email writing. Please be aware of this email writing. So whatever you are chatting in WhatsApp, right, that will not help you guys. Email writing is nothing but they'll be giving one situation to you, and you need to draft an email to the person, addressing to the person whoever they are mentioning it in 100 or 200 words. The grammatical should be good. They'll see the most important grammar, your spelling is most important, email writing. English grammar, as I hope you guys are good in that, but please concentrate on that also. You'll be having questions on that. And wherever you go, whichever company you go, the basics brush up is very much required. If you have an example, if you go for first PC, second PC accounts, that is the most things the teams used to ask. The questions should be raised from there, and also from your job roles. For an example, if you're applying for income tax, for taxation, as Hemanth is in taxation purpose, he knows very well. So income tax rules will be changed from year to year. So you need to be updated for all the rules and regulations what is applicable till date. Make sure there is no any negative thinking in your mind when you're answering the questions. One important thing which I need to tell here is time constraint. Don't spend too much of time for one particular questions where you which as you write examinations. If I'm not sorry, okay. So if I'm not wrong, if you guys have any competitive exams, there will be time limit for each questions. Make sure you do it in the same way. Maybe the questions will be in descriptive level or objective level. In those cases, be cautious about the time in written exams. And also, you have to make sure to read the instructions which is given in the first page of the examination, because there's a chance in the instruction they'll be mentioning, please answer part 1 and part 2, but the question paper will be given for till part 4. Then you're wasting your time for part 3 and part 4. few person will not be comfortable on part 1 and part 2. They'll be answering only part 3 and part 4, which is not applicable for this particular interview. Then you'll be losing all your marks. So as our lecturers used to tell us, first go through all the questions in the question paper before writing in the exam. That's an example which I'm going to give you guys. So whenever you're going for written examination, the first and foremost thing is to read the instruction completely from top to bottom. Whatever instruction has been given, you have to read thoroughly and make sure there isn't any negative marks. If you don't know any questions, don't answer it, because there is a chances of losing, which is right exams also. If you write anything correct there, and if you get negative marks, it will be eradicated. It will be offset together. So you'll be losing your marks here. So my personal advice on this is, first read the instructions thoroughly. Please maintain the time constraint. If you don't know if there is negative marks, please be sure on answering if you have the question, if you don't have much confidence on it, or if you don't know about the question. Concentrate only question whichever you know about it. So improve your English grammars. Please go through your basic concepts of accounting, finance, and business, and whatever job role you're applying to. Your aptitude questions you cannot learn in one day. You need to spend much time for that. You need to allocate your time for particular concepts reading on that.